My respected brothers and sisters in Islam, today is Friday, the third day of month of Rajab. The month of Rajab is the seventh month of the Islamic calendar, 1446 years after the hijrah of our noble messenger. May the peace, salutations, and benedictions of Allah be upon him. The third day of January 2025 of the Gregorian calendar, we're asking Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to accept all our good deeds and forgive all our shortcomings and transgressions. My dear brethren in Islam, today's khutbah is a condolence message to the family, immediate family of Engineer Abdullahi Ishaqa, and to the executive members of this masjid and the entire people of Barumak, particularly the Muslim brothers in Barumak and the people of Wuye and his people at large. We lost a figure, one of the pillars of this masjid, Jumuat Masjid. Not only the Jumuat Masjid, but the Barumak Masjid. Engineer Abdullahi is the vice chairman of the executive committee of this masjid. Just like his brother and his friend, Colonel Hamid, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala send mercies and bounties and blessings to their graves. Oh Allah, we ask you to forgive them, enlighten their graves, accept their good deeds, forgive all their shortcomings. Oh Allah, we ask you to give them eternal bliss to the day of judgment, and may we be together with them in Jannatul Firdaus. What they left behind of families, children, and what have you, oh Allah, we ask you to take care of them, for them. The death is inevitable. There is no doubt about it. There is no way you can dodge your time. Wherever you are, wherever you happen to be, you must die. Power will not stop you from dying, because a lot of people who had powers more than your own are dead. Where is Pharaoh? The tyrannic Pharaoh, the chairman of Iska. Where is he today? He has been given power, but is dead. Where is Namaruzu? Where are the other leaders? Even in the Nigerian context, where are our generals? General Agui Iransi, where is he? General Murtala Ramat Muhammad, General Yakubu Gowon is alive. Where is General Murtala Ramat Muhammad? Where is General Sani Abacha, the Dankurma of the country? Where are these generals? They happen to be most powerful figure in this country. Where is our dear President Adua? So power does not stop you from being among the dead. The same thing, money will never stop you from dying. Karun is gone. There are wealthiest people in this country, they are all gone. Beauty will never stop you from dying. Prophet Yusuf alayhi salatu wasalam, the most beautiful person, the extraordinary beautiful personage created by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, as mentioned in the hadith, is also gone. Knowledge will not stop you from dying. People like Balaam ibn Ba'ur, they're all gone. If ugliness will stop someone from dying, then Julaybi must have been alive. The most ugliest Sahaba, and the person who has a gracious heart, whom the angels have to bath him after his death, after attending martyrdom in jihad. Piety will never stop you from dying. If the piety, the consciousness of Allah will stop anyone from dying, then the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam would have been alive. But Allah says, "Innaka mayyitun wa innahum mayyitun." Certainly you are going to die, and they are going to die. ثم إنكم يوم القيامة عند ربكم تختصمون. Death is Allah's promise that everyone must test death. You must die. The only problem is you don't know when, where, how are you going to die. When are you dying? Where are you dying? And how are you going to die? This is something in no unknown. وما تدري نفس ماذا تكسب غدا وما تدري نفس بأي أرض تموت. Nobody knows what is going to happen tomorrow, and no one can tell you where it's going to die. This is something hidden to everyone. But it's a promise that you must die. Surah Ali Imran says, كل نفس ذائقة الموت إنما توفون أجوركم يوم القيامة. Surah Al-Anbiya also said, كل نفس ذائقة الموت ونبلوكم بالشر والخير فتنة. Surah Al-Ankabut says, كل نفس ذائقة الموت ثم إلينا ترجعون. Surah Al-An'am also mentioned that the messengers who are sending to take your life will never play when they come to take your life. Surah Ali Imran also reminded the Sahaba when they were told that Muhammad is dead, Prophet Muhammad is dead. They ran back to Medina. Allah says, وَمَا مُحَمَّدٌ إِلَّا رَسُولٌ قَدْ خَلَتْ مِنْ قَبْلِ رُسُلٍ. Muhammad is nothing but a messenger. Many messengers are gone before him. أَفَإِن مَّاتَ أَوْ قُتِلَ انقلبتم على أعقابكم. If he dies today or he has been killed, are you returning back to your kufr? Surah Rahmah, Surah Rahman says, Kullu naman alayha fan. Everything on this earth is going to perish. وَيَبْقَى وَجْهُ رَبِّكَ ذُو الْجَلَالِ وَالْإِكْرَامِ. Surah Al-Jumu'ah also said, إِنَّ الْمَوْتَ الَّذِي تَفِرُّونَ مِنْهُ فَإِنَّهُ مُلَاقِيكُمْ. The death you are running away from is going to meet you there. Allah does not say it's pursuing you. The death does not pursue you, but the location you're heading to in order to run away from the death is where you're going to meet the death there. That's the death. You cannot run away from death. You better be prepared. If Allah says you're going to die this moment, you must die. There is no way, and no one can stop you from dying. فلولا إذا بلغت الحلقوم وأنتم حينئذ تنظرون ونحن أقرب إليه منكم ولكن لا تبصرون. فلولا إن كنتم غير مدينين ترجعونها إن كنتم صادقين. If you are powerful enough, stop him from going back to Allah. You can't. You can't stop him. The families are watching that he is dying, and no one can stop him from going. Surah Al-Qaf said, وَجَاءَتْ سَكَرَةُ الْمَوْتِ بِالْحَقِّ ذَلِكَ مَا كُنْتَ مِنْهُ تَحِيدٌ. The intoxication of the death has come. And this is what you have been running away from. You have been running away to the doctors. You go to this doctor, I'm not well. I need some medicine. He prescribed medicine for you. Give you paracetamol, give you Panadol, give you this, give you that. But wallahi, when death comes, no any medical doctor can stop you from dying. If it is time, you must go. You must go. وَالْتَفَّتِ السَّاقُ بِالسَّاقِ وَقِيلَ مَنْ رَاقٍ. Allah said, who is that doctor that will stop you from coming back to me? Is there anyone? No one will ever say this man one is not going. Then last another list, Surah Al-Mulk says, تبارك الذي بيده الملك وهو على كل شيء قدير الذي خلق الموت والحياة ليبلوكم أيكم أحسن عملا. He creates the death and the life so that he tests you. Who is going to be righteous? Who is going to be, has more consciousness of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? In the hadith of Anas ibn Malik and Abu Huraira, reported by Imam al-Bukhari, al-Imam Muslim, the messenger is reported saying, أَكْثِرُ ذِكْرَ هَذِمُ الْلَذَّاتِ. You should remember death as much as you can. But remembering death does not mean you sit down and start pondering. No. It means whatever you are going to do, look at the actions. What are the consequences behind that after my death. Remember death. He who remembers death, do you think will accumulate wealth more than he needs? He wouldn't. Do you think he who remembers death will now kill a soul unjustifiably? Will not. He who remembers death will commit adultery? No. He who remembers death will steal? No. Why? Because he's going to die and he's going to meet Allah. If our bat, you know the bat I'm talking about. When we say bat in English, it means what? Jimage. But is given to uh, the B is for Bola, and A for Ahmad, and T for Tinubu. Bat. Bola Ahmad Tinubu. That is bat with them. But the bat in English, it means Jemagi. So if the bat is remembering death, will he buy a yacht at this age? If he remembers death, will he buy a yacht? What are you going to yacht for? Because the messenger says the lifespan of this ummah is 60 and 70. If you fast 70, you are on extra time. Now our VAT is on extra time. Then do you need anything but better than istighfar and other righteous deeds? You don't need it. But you see a person at the age of 75, 76, it has been, said, a committee that has been set by Baba Bukhari to check those that, stole the money of this country. One single person at the age of 78, former senator, former governor, former this, former that, he has is in only one account $69 billion, equivalent to 115 trillion naira, the budget of a country 3 times. If he remembers this, he will not do this. And that money does not belong to him, it belongs to the Ummah, to the citizens of Nigeria. What is meant by remembering death is for you to, whatever you are doing or you're about to do, remember, okay, what is the implication of this action I'm going to do after my death? Is it going to be good or bad for me? That is what the remembrance of death means. When the Messenger, والسلام, they passed by, by the Messenger and his companions, one of the people that are carrying the corpse of their brother, and the companions are saying good about him. He said, Wajabat. It has been stamped. It has been approved. And the other people carrying their brother on their head after his death, the messenger said, Wajabat after he was been, he was remembered by the Sahaba in evil way. He said, Wajabat, it's been approved. They said, what is approved, Ya Rasulullah? The messenger says, the other person, you are saying about good about him, and Allah has approved Jannah for him. And this one you are talking about his evils, and nar, hellfire, is being approved for him. Because you are the witnesses of Allah on this earth. So if we are the witnesses, why don't we do something that will be remembered and say good about you? Now we are remembering Colonel Hamid, we are remembering Engineer Abdullah, because of what? Because of their righteous deeds. So do you want to be remembered like them? Do the right thing. Do the right thing. Try to do something that you'll be remembered graciously. You'll be remembered righteously. Remember a lady, a woman, a black woman of that matter, a slave. When she saw that she has nothing to contribute to this Islam, she was neither, an Arab, nor rich. She has nothing to contribute. She said, okay, I took it upon myself to be sweeping the Masjid of the Nabi alayhi salatu. Masjid. The messenger would be seeing her, sweeping the Masjid. She will be sweeping the Masjid all the time, every day. She will come and sweep the Masjid of the Nabi alayhi salatu, Masjid al-Nabi. Then she died in the night. And her relatives feel hesitated. They felt hesitated to wake the messenger alayhi salatu. So they went and prayed for her and buried her. When the messenger did not see her for 1, 2, 3 days, he said, where is this woman that was used to sleep our masjid? They said, Ya Rasulullah, she is dead. He said, why don't you inform me? They said, Ya Rasulullah, you are sleeping. We hesitated to wake you up. He said, no, tell me of anybody dies among you, so that he gets the blessings of my prayers. Where is her grave? They took the messenger to her grave, and the messenger stood before her grave, and the companions stood behind him to perform what? Funeral prayer, special funeral prayer. The messenger prayed for her 4 takbirs. After the termination of that funeral prayer, then the messenger said to them, "Inna hadhihi al-qubur mamlu'atan dhulmatan ala ahliha, wa inna Allaha munawwirha lahum, wa fi riwayatin munawwirha alayhim bi salati alayhi." That all the graves around this woman, they are full of darkness, open darkness. But Allah has enlightened the grace of because of my prayer on this woman. Why was she remembered? Tell me. Because she left a legacy. Then ask yourself, what legacy have I left behind after my death? What am I going to be remembered for? We remember Adu, may Allah have mercy on him, the only president that reduced the price of the liter from 75 to 65. And since then, we have never seen it again. The only president that make peace with the Deltans, Niger Deltans people. If Adu would have been alive, may Allah have mercy on him. So this is what you are going to be remembered. Now, Mr. Bat, when you die, what do you want us to remember you with? Is it increase in fuel prices? Is it fuel subsidy removal? Remember, we want to remember someone with good things that he has done. So do something good to the people so that you'll be remembered after your death, and people will say good about you. We are remembering Colonel today. We are remembering Engineer Abdullah. Why? Because of their righteous deeds. Because of the contributions they made to our journey of this masjid. Remember the Messenger ﷺ says, إِذَا مَاتَ ابْنُ آدَمَ إِنْقَطَعَ عَمَلُهُ إِلَّا مِنْ ثَلَاثٍ. When a man dies, every source of his rewards is cut off. There is no way you can get reward except in 3 ways. صَدَقَةٌ جَارِيَةٌ إِلْمٍ يُنْتَفَعُ بِهِ أَوْ وَلَدٌ صَالِحٌ يَدْعُو لَهُ. Either continuous charity by building a masjid like that of Colonel and the Abdullah, and then or buying a Quran for the masjid or carpet or whatever. Or maybe you build a road, you plant a tree, do everything. This is sadaqatun jariyah. Or ilmi yuntafa bi, or knowledge, beneficial knowledge to the ummah, by either you teaching the people, or you take the responsibility of providing scholarships to the people that will go and seek knowledge, and that knowledge becomes beneficial to the ummah. Either be medical doctor, engineer, architect, or whatever, you will be rewarded for that. Building schools is one of the sadaqatun jariyah. Awaladun salih da'ula, or a righteous child that will be asking Allah on your behalf, will be making dua for you. But how do you get the righteous child? Is by choosing him a righteous wife, bringing her up Islamically, not thinking of accumulating money for him as we think we are doing today. May Allah, due to time constraint, I think I'm stopping here. I ask Allah to have mercy on our colonel and our engineer Abdullah, the vice chairman of this masjid. May Allah send his blessings to their graves. Oh Allah, we ask you to enlighten their graves, expand it. Oh Allah, let them be happy in their graves. Anything that will disturb them, their breasts or in their graves, oh Allah, we ask you to protect them from the torment or any disturbance in the grave. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.